How are we doing, bullers? Welcome back to another streamy TV video covering Bitcoin during this bear market and the crypto market as a whole. Looking at Bitcoin, and before we get into this video covering the market, please subscribe if you're here and already subscribed. Smash that like button, and yeah, let's break down this video. There's only a few months left of the bear market. I'm about to flip extremely bullish again, but let me break it down for you in this video. You can see the chart here. We're monitoring this bear market, waiting for the breakout into the next 3-year bull trend. We expect Bitcoin to go a lot higher. We'll look at how Bitcoin tops on month 35 on the 4-year cycle. For the last 3 cycles, it's topped on month 35, and for the previous 2, it's bottomed on month 47, which if we see again, this time round will be the start of October, which right now, we go into June, we go into July next week, so we're 3 months away from Bitcoin. If we repeat the last, so we're obviously 3 months from Bitcoin. If we repeat the last 2 cycles on bottom in month 47, of getting a bottom, and as you can see, I'm targeting this purple area. So basically, we can see from this low, December 2018 to that high last cycle, we got just below the 0.786 fib at 17,000. We can also see the cycle previous to that. Again, bottom below 0.786 fib around 4,000, and again, if this was to take place, it would be around 38,000, which from 60k is still a massive move down. That would take us down another 40% on Bitcoin, which is why I'm still not remotely looking at buying altcoins yet. If we look at MicroStrategy, I've been covering this. Obviously, it's a crypto instrument, they accumulate Bitcoin. This is the whole thing up here. But regardless, from the bottom, last bear market, MicroStrategy went down 90%, but then from the lows, the 4-year cycle lows, it ripped about 40x. 40x is absolutely mental. And I've gone from that low to the high, and I put the fib on. And I marked a buy zone months ago, saying anywhere in the single digits below 100 would be good. But to be honest, now I'm thinking we could even take this all the way down here. We're already in this buy zone, and yes, it would be stupid of me to be saying that we can get lower, and this is what happens. People always want lower and then they miss the entry. But if I think Bitcoin still has another 3 months to go before a low, and potentially if we get down below 0.786 fib, as I previously marked out, it would be another 35% move, for example. I'd expect MicroStrategies to go even lower. So again, can we see below the 0.886 fib, below 62 even? Can we get down below 50? Can we get 40? I'm getting greedy now, but I think below 50 I'm going to have to start nibbling. Same with Bitcoin, below 50k I'm going to start nibbling. Below 50k would be about 0.65 fib retracement, the golden pocket. But can we get lower? I think we will. And again, if not, I'll be looking to buy around month 47, like we've seen the bottom of the last 2 cycles, and the cycle before that was month 46. So we're in that ballpark. We're coming up a few months left of a bear market. MicroStrategy obviously had this chart marked out. I was talking about how I think stablecoin dominance, USDT, would sweep this line up here, this white line that I'm drawing, and we're getting very close to that, the 4-year high from last cycle. And again, I was mentioning this bull flag in here, which is played out. As I said, it was like a carbon copy of the one in here. And yeah, I think we are going to get new highs on stablecoin dominance, which, as I said, when stablecoin's bullish, it's bearish for crypto. And we have the confluence of Bitcoin being in a bear flag, which obviously played out this bear flag in here. You can see this bear flag in here played out to the downside. And that was what I mentioned. Bitcoin in the bear flag is bearish, and stablecoin dominance in a bull flag, which was this bull flag in here, was bearish, and both were played out. Bitcoin's bear flag is broken down. Stablecoin dominance's bull flag's broken up, and they both combined are bearish on crypto. And then we've got Coinbase, again similar, looking at MicroStrategy. I was saying for ages on this channel with a rising wedge, which is bearish, and again we're continuing down, and I'm expecting a 2026 low. Similarly, we had a 2022 low back in December of 2022. Again, these crypto instruments tend to bottom around the same time as Bitcoin, and they can give us much greater returns. For example, this done a 12x last cycle. And another chart we continue to look at on this channel, it remains the 2022 bear market versus 2026 bear market. and this is just this price action overlaid on here. And again, we've got the Fib retracement. Last cycle, as I said, the previous 3 cycles it's went below 0.76 Fib, which is around the 39,000 mark, and so far we're getting there. We also typically get a 1 year worth of bear market of price going down on Bitcoin, and so far this cycle from October we're down 260 days. If we were to go down a year, messed it up. If we go down a year, it would be again roughly October, which goes back to that month 47 that I've highlighted on the other Bitcoin chart. But again, looking at these two comparisons, look fairly similar so far. I think it's just been a bit patient, being another patient for another few months, starting to nibble away at Bitcoin if you're looking to accumulate a position for the long term. Obviously, Bitcoin, if you believe in it, we are down over 50% from the highs. So if it was any other asset class and you were bullish on it and it was down 50%, you would start buying in typically. But again, because I'm trying to get perfect entries and get better returns, then obviously I'm holding out for a bit lower. And obviously with my analysis, we'll continue to monitor this chart as well. But as I have been saying with others, the altcoins, the small crypto altcoins, we can see this massive symmetrical triangle has broken to the downside here with a massive 4-year trend line. From January 2023 we bounce, June of 2023 we bounce, and then we were bouncing in here in January, February, April, and then we lose it in here in June. Looks like a back test this week, and we're heading lower. And again, this is just a bearish flag pattern in play here, which we are so far seeing. So I think things could get a little bit worse on the others first, especially if Bitcoin's going to make that move down below the 0.786 Fib. And there we see the month 47 I was on about, like in 2018 and like in November of 2022. So again, right now, I just remain risk off for altcoins especially, but looking at MicroStrategy, looking at Coinbase, and looking at Bitcoin, I'm starting to get ready to deploy some capital at least. And then altcoins, I think, would be further down the line. But again, I'll keep making videos on the crypto market, on Bitcoin, on altcoins, on crypto instruments like MicroStrategy, Coinbase, for example. And despite the bear market and despite loads of crypto tourists leaving, if you're here, still enjoying the content, at least finding some value, smash that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bitcoin putting in a new all-time high.